Welcome to the Unstoppable Real Estate Agents Podcast. I'm your host and real estate productivity expert, Kim Hughes. Join me as we focus on real strategies and implement real solutions designed for you to achieve major success in your business and life while getting you organized. Hi, everybody. Today we have David Cain. He is the CEO and Chief Hero Evangelist of Heroes Home Advantage. He has over 20 years of experience as a top producing loan officer, but he has a mission to create brand awareness for the largest hero rebate program in the country when buying and selling real estate. So, David, thank you so much for coming on to the show today. I'm very excited about this program. As we already discussed, I'm huge when it comes to supporting our military and our first responders. So I'm going to just kind of let you talk because I think there's a lot of information we can give agents and how this program can work for them and also benefit their clients. So why don't we just start off with you telling us a little bit about you and how you got involved in the program and the benefits to all the people involved.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Kim, so much for having me on your podcast. And I certainly hope it's beneficial for you and all your agents who are listening. I hope they get something out of it that can really help them in their career. But yes, as you mentioned, I've been in the lending business for actually 24 years now. And I started my interest in the program. I kind of stumbled upon it online a little over a year ago. I reached out to the owner to really just inquire about the program, learn how I could be a lender. And she and I really kind of started to talk about the program and her vision and experience and mine. And we had lots of synergies. And so after multiple conversations, she actually kind of revealed to me that she was feeling called to go in a different direction with some nonprofits that she has. And she asked if I was interested in taking over the program. And so, after some thought and some prayer, it was something that I was definitely interested in doing, felt led to do. And here we are a little over a year later.
Yeah. It's crazy how things just fall into place, kind of one of those things. So you can add some new energy to this and everything. So kind of talk to us about who is in your network and then what is the benefit for them to be in your network? So
yes, ma'am. Great questions. So we are a nationwide network of realtors, lenders, and attorneys or title companies who are willing to give back a portion of their commission when our heroes buy or sell real estate. So a hero, just to make everybody aware and help them understand who heroes are it's really anybody who is currently employed or retired from any of these 5 categories. So it could be military, police, fire, healthcare, or education. So anybody in those categories, either currently or retired, they qualify. And from a realtor standpoint, since probably most of your listeners are realtors, it is a way to acknowledge and appreciate those who give and serve and protect us in so many ways and give us the freedoms and security that we have on a daily basis. So it's just a way to say thank you and to give back and to also be able to build a business that's long-term, sustainable by reaching heroes and giving back.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Love that. Like we were already saying before we started recording, family of military. I have a daughter-in-law that's a teacher. So anything to help them live a more comfortable life, I think is just fabulous because they do have a lot to deal with, especially in today's world. So kind of go through with us how your program works. So if I'm a realtor and I'm interested in your program, how do I reach out? And then what can I expect from you?
Sure. So the best thing to do is always reach out to us. You can go to our website, heroeshomeadvantage.com, any of our social media channels. Actually, you can call my cell phone. That's the only number I give out, and that's readily available. And just learn more about the program. The way it works is it's a $650 annual fee. The referral is a 30% for the realtor. 25 of the 30 goes directly to the hero at closing on the CD in the states that allow it. That is a huge advantage for the heroes because there are many programs out there, and there are lots of differences between the programs. So it's really important to know about each program. What are the differences? And one of the major differences between us and some of the others, number one, is they get a credit on the CD at closing in the vast majority of the states in the country. Number two, as a percentage, it is the highest rebate in the country out of every program. And that's something that we're very, very proud of. Those are some of the differences, but it's, 30% referral, 25 goes directly to the hero, 5% goes back to us for kind of brand awareness and lead gen. And we help our agents, with the marketing, with marketing materials. We help them with hero home buying webinars that we do. We have partner success calls twice a month that all of our affiliates get on and talk about what's working, what's not working. We give social media posts that they can use to create brand awareness and leads. So lots of different things that we do to help them build and grow a sustainable business.
Okay. I love that. Especially you have, it's one of those where if you are introducing a program to an agent to come on board with, it's really important to understand for agents that there's training and there's support and conversation about what's working and what's not working or what's interesting, and passing that around to each other, because even though we're all in the same country, the markets are so different, and no matter where you are, my market is I'm 2 hours away from Dallas. And of course I live in a very small town, but East Texas is a totally different market than what you would look at Fort Worth, or Dallas, something like that, or suburbs, I should say the suburbs, because I live in a very small town. But
that collaboration. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go right ahead.
I was just saying, I agree completely. That collaboration has tremendous value, sharing of ideas and things that are successful, things that haven't been successful, that there's a lot of value in that as well.
Okay. So and we'll repeat this, but you kind of cut out. So what is your website again?
heroeshomeadvantage.com.
Okay, great. I think when you said it the first time, it kind of cut out on the middle word. So but make sure we get that in there, because I think this is it's a great program. I really truly believe in it. And so if I was an agent and I said, you know what, I would love to jump on this. So not only do you help the military, but you help the first responders. So this could be for an agent in any market. They don't have to be near a military base or anything like that, because you have first responders everywhere. So if you are an agent, you have the materials, I'm assuming, that you can give the agent so they can use it to speak to their buyers and sellers about the program and kind of educate them on it. How does that all work?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of that happens just through our calls that we have twice a month, helping them understand the program, why we're different, who we are, the differences between the programs, because there are, like I said, other programs out there and there's lots of differences. It's important to know who we are, why we're different. And so we first and foremost want the agent to understand, but we also give them materials, ideas, thoughts, marketing plans, those types of things to help them utilize the program. Because just like anything else, if you don't work it, it won't work. And so
Right.
you
Right.
have to work it, you have to understand it, you have to talk about it, tell people about it. And so, yeah, it works in every single market because there's a school in every market. There's
Right.
police, there's fire, there's healthcare. There may not be a base in every market, but those other four, they're always going to be there.
Right. So if I was an agent and I came into your program, and I had a farm area, this just kind of came to my brain. So kind of go with me on this. But, agents are always looking for ways to market and stand out above everybody else. So if I was an agent, I could send out, postcards to a farm area talking about how I'm affiliated with you and how the benefits are. And if you know any first responders, have them reach out. So I think that would be a really good way to gravitate to the first responders, because if I get that postcard in the mail, I may say, you know what? I'm not a first responder, but I know 5 people that are. And so I could give them that information. So then when they were ready to do something, they could reach out to that agent. Right? Am I on the
Absolutely.
right track?
You
Okay.
are,
Because
yes.
yeah. And then of course you said you have social media posts that you could use, which I think is huge, because the last couple of years, agents haven't really been marketing because they were so busy. They they couldn't even get a listing into the MLS before it sold, kind of
Right.
thing. And now they're having to kind of step back and look at, okay, I got to get creative again. And, one of the things that I have told agents, I've been in this business for 24 years, and I have told agents that I don't care how good the market is or how bad the market is, you need to be marketing. You must have a marketing budget, and that marketing call to action better be something that makes you stand above everybody else. And so I see that this could be that one thing that can set them above everybody else. And so would agents, well, that probably wouldn't apply, but so I think it would be a great marketing thing to get new business and then build upon that. Like we were talking before we started, I know several agents that are around military bases. So that would be something else they could tap into if you're in that market. Can you share with me maybe a success story that you've had from this that really benefited a buyer in this program? And then maybe one that, gosh, I wish I'd been a part of that program. you know?
Yes. So, absolutely, to your previous point, this is a program that will absolutely give agents an advantage over every other agent in their market that is not part of our program and that wants to reach heroes. It will also give them an advantage over every other hero program because
Oh,
we give them more than any other program. And so that goes to the point, your second question of a story of someone wishing they had been a part of our program. I got a call about a month ago from an individual who's in the military. He was PCSing from Georgia to North Carolina. And he called me up and said, "Hey, David, I want to be a part of your program. How do I do it?" And I said, do you have an agent in Georgia? And he said, "Yes, I do." I said, "Well, do you have an agent in North Carolina?" He said, "Yes, I do." And I said, "Do you have a lender?" He said, "Yes, I do." And so he told me who the lender was, and I knew what their program is. And I said, "Well, unfortunately, it's too late. You've already utilized their network. You're already part of them as a lending institution. So we can't get you connected. Therefore, we can't give you our credit or rebate, whatever you want to call it." And he
right.
paused and he said, "Well, how much would I have earned or gotten back if I was with your program?" And I kind of paused because I didn't really want to tell him. So I said, "Well, unfortunately, you would have gotten an additional $4,000 if you'd worked with
Ooh,
us in our network." And you could kind of hear the air just go out of them. And it was It was unfortunate. I hated to tell him that, but that's a reality. I mean,
Yeah.
the program he went through is a very, very well-known lending institution. There's another well-known lending institution that also has a program. They give out a fraction of what we give and our network gives. So I just implore people, please, please know the differences between the program, do your research, and hopefully
Right.
it leads to us. Um,
Yeah.
but in regards to success stories, I mean, we've had lots of people who have, of course, acquired new clients, have helped people. Um, people have sought out agents with our program because they're aware of it. Some people have kind of created different consistent referrals from certain places that employ heroes. And we've also
Mhm.
found that people refer at a higher rate with our program versus not with our program, because people are much more willing to give referrals if they're getting something that's this significant instead of,
Right.
just a goodie bag and a smile at closing.
Right. Right. No, I totally get that. Okay. So then on it, let's say I'm an agent, I have a buyer, they're a fireman and we're part of your program. So now what's that next step? Do they have to work with you prior to going into the buying phase, or do they just kind of bring you in as they're doing this, or at the end? And then how does it work with the loan company, the mortgage company?
Yeah, so it can happen several different ways. They can reach out to us first, and then we can assign them an agent in their area. They could start out with the agent in that area who is an affiliate of the program. Um, and really, it's just about utilizing the network. Now, this
Right.
is not any loan type, and this is not a grant. This is just
Hmm.
people who are willing to give back. So it can go with any loan program,
Okay.
FHA, VA, conventional, USDA. So it's not a grant or loan program. It can be utilized with any loan, and it's credited at closing in the states that allow it.
Okay. I love it. I love this. And I hope that agents will take a look at what you have to offer. And then even if they're a part of another program, they can at least compare to see where the best benefit is for their client, right? And then I think that, any agent that is a part of your program should be utilizing the tools that you have, because literally you probably have more tools than most brokerages to train their agents. And so when you said that, I was like, okay, that's even better. So, it's one of those things when agents are looking at these programs, y'all need to make sure that, what comes with that when you write that check to be a member, what do you get in return? Because you need to know what they're going to help you with, because it's a partnership now. So
Right.
that's why I think that, in the way that the markets are today, I think this is a great program to implement, because we're in a market across the country where this could help an agent stand out totally 100%. And and if any of your current agents are listening, make sure that you have this information on your website, and put it in your social media. I'm sure you have logos that you can put on your marketing materials for them. So I highly recommend that y'all take advantage of all the marketing opportunities that the program offers. So, how did you get into all this? Kind of share that with us. How did you get started in the mortgage business, but then what drew you to the the um the program that you're in now with now?
Yes. So, kind of an interesting story. I originally was a sports agent, and that was
Oh,
my initial profession. And it's a very long sales cycle. And I kind of created my own company after working for someone else. But I had a lot of friends that were actually in the mortgage industry. And
mm,
so they said, "Hey, come and work with us in the mortgage business while you build your sports agency." And so I did, and eventually the mortgage business took over. But the founder of the program, Heroes Home Advantage, was actually a realtor. And so I had reached out to her just to learn about the program and potentially be, a lender for the program. And, to your prior point, her name is Michelle Ladd out of Rochester, New York. And she utilized the program to basically build an entire real estate office of 12 realtors. And this was 99% of their business. So
wow.
she was a hustler. And one of the things that we give out is actually her exact plan that she used to build it in her area. So now, not everybody's a Michelle Ladd. I fully understand that. But it at least gives you some of the things that she did to start it and grow in her area. So we give those tools out as well, because it doesn't do anybody any good to come in, be a part of the program for a year, quit, and say this didn't work. So we are heavily invested in our agent success, and I'm always completely open to help in any way that I can.
That's great. I love it. Okay. Well, I really do appreciate your time today, because I think this is a very important area that agents should be looking at and implementing into their business, because this would help them. But more importantly, it's going to help those first responders that are out there every day, doing what they can for their community and for their country. So share again how people can reach out to you.
Yes. So the best way is just go to our website, heroeshomeadvantage.com. There is a partner link. They can click on that, fill out their information. We'll be in touch with them within a day. They can go any of our social media channels. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of those, send us a message, or they can even call my cell phone, 803-261-9267. So any of those ways they'll reach out, and I'm actually personally the person that will be responding.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we will have all that information in the show notes as well. So anybody that's listening, his phone number, and then website, and then on social media, would they just look for Heroes Home Advantage? Is that how you're
Yes, ma'am. Heroes Home Advantage. So, or some variation of that.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share before we bring this to a closing?
Well, the only thing I would ask, hopefully this was extremely beneficial for your listeners. If you are maybe a listener and you're not a realtor, maybe you're living in maybe if you're forever home, if you could please share this podcast with someone that needs to hear it, because we don't want we're on a crusade to prevent people from losing those $4,000. We want to make sure everybody's aware of this program. They're getting the maximum benefit, because everybody in these hero categories, they go above and beyond to give us all of the freedoms and security and just everything that we get to enjoy. And so we're super thankful. We want to reach as many people as we can.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to just kind of piggyback on what you just said, that if somebody is listening to this that is not a realtor, but a first responder that could benefit from this program, reach out to your agent and ask them if they're a member of the program. And if not, you could probably go to the website and see if there's an agent in your market that is a part of this program. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, if you're a buyer, look them up, because this will be to your advantage. Like I say, I'm not any of these, but I know people that are. And so I will definitely be sharing, because like my daughter-in-law is a school teacher. So when they get ready to buy again, I will definitely, be telling her about this. And then all of my friends and everything, because where we live, it's a very small town, so everybody knows everybody, and all the first responders. So this is something that I think is a huge benefit to everybody. So again, I want to thank you so much for joining me, and you'll have to keep me posted on how this podcast worked for you, because I would love to get this word out again, and have you back on the show. Okay.
Kim, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and your listeners, and I hope it was beneficial.
I know it was. So, okay. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you know someone, and I bet you do, who would appreciate this podcast, please share it with them. As a reminder, this podcast can be delivered directly to your favorite device by using the subscribe links you can find in the show notes below or over at unstoppablerealestateagents.com. Remember, it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Have a great day.